Hello, folks. Welcome to the green room. That's what we got for you right now. You're watching the slideshow. Hope you're enjoying that. Checking out some white bat audio. Once again, in the green room. Not as far behind as last week. Still kind of far behind because I barely set the camera up. So, woo, close. It was a close vote. What was that from? It was a close vote. I think it was from the Frisco Kid. You guys are familiar. What is up, Tony? What is up, Brian Maxwell? Hello, Maxwell English. Fosco, you'll be back, I'm sure. Kayla, moderator Kayla for the win. That's what's up. Welcome, everybody. Got some classic. They're probably going to be Canadian again because they always are, but 90s commercials. They'll be like nostalgia through a weird kaleidoscope that sort of changes the colors and the shapes. So they're all Canadian. Might have some new trivia questions. Might have some old ones. We'll see. I don't know if I said Subway or not. My memory is not great. I probably didn't say Subway because it makes me think of Tammy, and I can't. Plus, I'm not Todd Colehep up in this bitch. I can only imagine, Kayla, when I stumble across like big blocks of old programming with commercials intact, which you can pretty often, I check them out because I love the in situ commercials. You go, whoa, what were we doing back then? Hope you guys are having a good week. Halfway there. This show's there to buck you up, pick up your spirits, hopefully. Oop. There we go. I don't know if you just heard that. I was talking, but I pushed the wrong button. Anyway, it's Wednesday, halfway through the week. Hope you guys are doing good. Here to pick up your spirits, because this picks up mine. Little commercials, little who knows what. Well, I mean, you know what. You read the title, but, you know, we're getting ready. We're getting ready. All right, party people, boys and girls, men and ladies, gentlemen, rough ladies, everything in between. Get ready, because we are just about there. If you guys want to talk about lolcows, we'll do that later, obviously. But for right now, we've got to pretty much fade this out and get this going.
Dog. Cat. Turtle.
I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life.
You're listening to FFOP Radio.
Reach the
That's what that's what Maxwell English says. Ryan Maxwell doesn't say do what. Maxwell English says do what. Gordon. Anywho, what is up, everybody? It's Wednesday. We're going to be doing a couple of things. I've got, obviously, some classic commercials. We're going to be sticking around the same time period. And also, they're going to be Canadian. You may have heard that in the green room. What else? There's former intern Julia's name up there. Got a little sticker. Some whales. Not some whales, but a whale. With some balloons, a whale flying away. Here we are, everybody. It's, it was either this or Maxwell. You're gonna have to explain the Scott thing. I don't get it. I never got confirmation. Baked salmon asked, and I waited for you to say it there, and I don't think I ever got it. So if it's an inside joke of one, I mean, congratulations. It's a good one.
Is that the same kind of thing as what Ryan says when he says Osselgin?
Osselgin is Goslin, and so there's a thing there. I don't know. I know what the thing is anyway. I don't know what the thing is for Scott. Or like when, whatever. Everybody's got their inside jokes. If you don't want me in this, you just want to say Scott in the chat, that, knock yourself out. Anyway, I guess that's all our housekeeping, right? There's intern Julia's name.
I'm here. Hi.
Krista's here. I'm looking around for other things I may have missed. Whale. So that's it. Yeah. But the new questions are out there. So someone off camera is going to have to go grab them.
The person that I haven't introduced officially.
Krista's here, co-host and producer. She's got to go get the questions. We picked up some new ones. They're really hard. Sorry, but we're going to do them because we got them. And the questions were minted in the 80s, and it's all about the silver screen. So we're talking like the 40s to the 60s as far as like...
Should I read them or do you want to
content? You can read them if you want. That means I'll have more time to drink. Check this out, everybody. It's a little bit of mandarin mead mixed with a little bit raspberry lemonade. Thick drink combo tubes.
Thick drink combo.
The dude who arrested JPW. Oh, okay. I knew it was a TCAP reference. I just, there's so many. It's like looking through an infinite vortex. Like, which reference do you get and how often? Anyway, so yeah, we've got some questions here. They're pretty difficult. We're not going to worry about that right now, though, because we are going to go ahead and get us into some commercials. Let's pull that TV in here. Bingo. And here we are. Back at it once again with the white fans. Is that a good reference?
Baby that away sure is neat. And a
Yikes.
whole lot more.
Do your stuff, baby, that away.
You can make her squiggle like it tickles her feet. And a whole lot more.
Play patty cake, baby, that away.
And dance to a fun baby that away beat. And a whole lot more.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean to stop immediately, but I have to because I've always had this question, and this commercial brings it up. So back when I was a kid, I would see hours and hours and hours of this type of commercial a day where, an infinite number of dolls were marketed to girls. And I never knew girls or never thought to ask this question because all my action figures made sense to me. I had stuffed animals, I had action figures, I had toys of all different sorts. Mm-hmm. All the dolls that specifically did one thing, like move their arms or wiggle their head or take a shit or whatever it was. And or you could brush their hair, cut their hair, put new hair on them. Especially like this one, like a heavily mechanized one. I never could wrap my head around getting to, because it's supposed to be a baby, right? Like you're having to treat it like a baby, but it's just like this hard plastic. And here's the thing, nothing on the commercials would lead you to believe that anything with a motor in it in the 70s, 80s, and 90s would be deafeningly loud, but it is.
Yeah. I never really had these motorized babies or the hard plastic ones where they you can feed them and do all that. I may have had them, but I was in the age of
consent.
Yeah, American Girl doll came out with the Bitty Baby, which was a like. It wasn't hard plastic all around. Like their head was plastic, but their body was like a baby doll, like a squishy, and it was more realistic.
I got, like, even the cutesy dolls or whatever, the Cupid dolls, those like made sense to me. But like all the mechanized ones, I never.
Well, now they have those weird ones that are like
all
actual
weird.
babies. No, they're like not actual babies, but like they feel like actual babies.
Oh, like real babies. But no, like we're talking about the expensive one or what? Like whatever.
Both. They have toy ones that are like that, but then they have those expensive ones with
I
the
know,
weirdos.
It's weird, but I just want to know about the mechanized babies. Like it must have been uncomfortable to deal with as a child.
Yeah, I mean, cute to look at, but like,
Right, because like look at her,
How do
she's
you
like having
cuddle
to
with
try
plastic?
and cuddle with this thing as it's like clawing at her face. It's like kicking at her chest. Like, oh boy, baby, kick me in the face.
John Travolta,
Oh
Kirstie
God.
Alley, and the voices of Bruce Willis.
What's up, my man?
Demi Moore.
And
this
Raymond
movie.
Wayans.
Oh,
In
no,
what?
Demi Moore.
Look Who's Talking
look who's
2.
talking.
Starts Friday, December 14th at a theater near you.
Yikes.
What you gave, stranger? 5-card stud? Blackjack?
Well, actually, I was going to suggest this new word game called Scratch. You see, you scratch the circles on the game card, and then
What circumstance do you think this interaction is happening, right? Like a smoke-filled room with a like X-Files style abduction fan like letting light in, and these dudes are like not eating anything. They're just like playing a card game. It feels like a restaurant, and this dude's like bringing a scratching ticket to the fucking.
guess what?
It's no look who's talking now, right?
Scratch, the new game you play at home for
Talking
real
too, if
prizes,
you're talking
like
now
Warrior
was the
Holidays in
dogs.
Mexico, Mars bars, and much more.
Which was
in
like-
fact, there's a prize in every game.
Here's the thing. I didn't follow the Look Who's Talking franchise. After the first one, I was pretty much out. But I assume, Jameson, you can probably back this up. I assume it goes the same as the Ninja Turtles franchise, where like one's the best. Second is like, well, yeah, the magic's gone a little bit. And the third one's like, oh, God, the dogs are talking?
John Paul Ringo.
Nah, John Paul Sartre.
Wait a minute, it's my
Oh, the dog's voiced by Danny DeVito and Diane Keaton.
Skippy Super Chunk is the crunchy taste.
Gross. Get that chunky shit out of
Oh,
here.
my God, that's the best peanut butter in the world.
Look who's talking. It's space.
Hey, Hellraiser went there. Leprechaun went there. Amityville went there. Aliens went there.
No. Creamy peanut butter.
No. And P.S. Why is there peanut butter on that Dagwood sandwich? There's like meat and lettuce and stuff. Don't
Yeah,
do that.
gross.
It's super because of the super chunks.
Is your food falling? Exactly. This is ridiculous.
You grow up thinking it's money.
What?
Then you find the real riches are the things you already have.
A mustache.
Friends,
Oh,
home,
a Honda Civic.
and family.
Make the most of your toast with
Champagne.
Canadian champagne.
You can taste the Canada in it.
Yeah.
When you've done this as long as I have, you know that
Is this the Canadian equivalent of the Cadbury Easter Bunny?
Something that'll last.
Oh, here's something that'll last. You want a fax machine, guys?
Have to deliver them again next year.
Give a gift you know they'll love. For selection and
A
style,
corded phone.
nobody knows phones like Bell.
Hey, we still got
Well, come
one.
on,
Few,
man.
actually.
They don't work.
Gee, what some
No, they don't
kids
have to.
do to go on Santa's sleigh.
I don't get why there's a costumed person next to this real reindeer. Did I miss something?
Travolta should do a legacy sequel. Look who's talking to authorities. All about his transgression in spas.
Yee! I don't know, man. Like, whatever. Legacy sequels or whatever. Maybe we can call. I want to watch. I still haven't watched Mutant Mayhem, and it sort of gives me vibes of like a legacy sequel, because like all the people are there from the stuff, and like there's some canon. Whatever. We can talk about it later.
Super Chunk sounds like the kid from the Goonies.
Yep. He did the super chunk shuffle.
His transgressions in space.
In space.
Raggedy Ann.
These commercials are so depressing.
Oh.
Can you think of any other drink you'd leave your best friend for?
Not grape juice.
From Concentrate, right there on the front.
Sorry. Forget it. You're here. Sit.
Bye.
We're not dogs.
Your breath is so bad, I can see it.
There it is.
Where's my mouthwash?
I bought something new.
It's blue.
That's it.
How's it taste?
It's toilet water.
Introducing Scope Peppermint.
Do
Peppermint
what?
like
Do what?
you've never tasted before. Wow. And your breath is icy
Drink a
fresh.
solid 8
How's
ounces.
that?
Oh, excuse us.
Now,
Wait, so you invited us over to like bang in front of us?
Is it a coincidence that we're dressed the same color as your scope?
Not to bring up Mr. Show again, but has anyone seen Mr. Show where like David Cross and his wife character like invite Bob Odenkirk and his wife character over? So they broach it. It seems like they're gonna ask Bob for his sperm, and they're like, no, what you do is go into this closet, and he pulls down like a picture, and there's a hole. He's like, look through this hole right here. Is why I bang my wife here on the couch. It's like we have to have someone watch us make love. Hello, daughter Allison, my favorite daughter. But I mean, come on, Mr. Show, that's still relevant, right? It's funny as hell.
now Scope
dare you.
with the powerful taste of peppermint.
Had mouthwash only ever been that default list or an alcohol flavor?
Powers of evil control Castle Grayskull.
Oh yeah, Dad, watch Real Man's power. I'll get us inside, He-Man.
I did it. What's crazy is okay, thank you, Ryan Maxwell. Mr. Show is awesome. But I just saw a gender swap version of Ram Man. It was Ram Ma'am.
Yep. It's true. We saw it at the Goodwill.
Fucking crazy. Like, don't get me wrong. I think whatever, if you would think that character will swing as a lady, but like her Ram was like just a big thing of hair. I don't know, man.
Me, my mommy, and my daddy.
Me, my mommy, and my daddy.
Ram Man, He-Man, and Castle Grayskull each sold separate.
But hey, for every Ram Man, there's got to be a Ram Ma'am, right? How do you think little Ram Mans are made?
All the little Ram Mans.
Ram Man's got a Ram Ma'am.
Oh, Jesus.
You have to
Ram
put the
it.
castle together.
Ram Man, use your head. I just did. Not that way. We have a prisoner.
Wiener?
Who's
Oh.
the prisoner?
You are, because we have the power.
I like how the dad is like still wearing like a white shirt and like tie. He's like, I'm not gonna like dress down to play with my kid. He's
He
like,
walked in from work and they're like, Dad!
Castle Grayskull is like a black tie affair.
Ram Man, Castle Grayskull, and He-Man from the Masters of the Universe collection.
Say hello to
Each
Ram
sold
Man
separately
for me.
From Mattel.
Thinner Breton.
Crisper Breton.
Crisper.
Wholesome Breton.
Britain?
Martin Britain.
Because there is a difference.
Ooh. Remember the Cracker Wars of the early 90s, guys?
The Wizard of Oz
Cutthroat.
continues after station identification.
What?
Eh? You guys ever watch Return to Oz? It's fucked. Firuza Balk, right? The Pumpkinhead guy, Jack Pumpkinhead.
Is that
and
the
the
one
gum-
with those
This is
wheelie
Wheelers.
guys? Wheelers.
TV
TikTok.
London.
Whoo. Mechanical Soldiers. Crazy.
I didn't grow up with He-Man either, Allison.
Cracker Wars. I did. I just didn't care because even back then I was like, what's up with all these like big shirtless, sweaty loincloth dudes rolling around? Yeah, Return to Oz. Remember the craziest part? My favorite part, maybe, of that whole movie was the lunch pail tree where she just like pulled out. I was like, oh, there's a sandwich and a thing. And I feel like, oh man, it's like a Happy Meal tree. I loved it. But the rest of that was fucking horrifying. The Deathly Desert alone was like, Jesus. Then where the Elf King gets poisoned by the egg, that's horrifying. Just felt unnecessarily punishing, right?
Did they need to keep this in?
Yeah, station
Identifying the
listen,
television? Or the channel?
For the slowest viewer they have to watch, you know? They go, well,
We won't edit this out. We'll just
hooked on
keep it in.
phonics.
Guess who might be coming to
Oh, yeah, the
God.
Wheelers.
Christmas?
Yes!
They've got rhythm. Yeah! They've got style.
Keep practicing!
They've got appetites. They're lean, green, and coming to your small
Even makes
screen
fries
this Christmas.
over.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie.
Jesus.
Now $29.95.
$30 for a VHS. What an iconic VHS cassette. I wish I had that still. I've got a copy of the poster hanging up over there. It's beautiful. It's not the same as like, I've got a million copies on DVD and beyond. That original VHS, I wish I hung on to, but who knew I was going to be a hoarder when I grew up?
Wherever
Best
videos
movie.
are sold.
Whoa, it's hard. Oh God. Does this guy make you want to buy a Atari 2600?
Yes. Look at those roads.
I'll show you a pole position.
Enduro for the Atari 2600.
Can
Dig
you
it.
dig it?
Designed by Larry Miller for
Activision.
Damn.
Looks like the LGN logo. LJN?
Laughing, joking, numbnuts, LJN. Right, it had, yes, yeah, you're right. A Little League ad, oh my God, where like, it was the Pizza Hut ad, and I loved the ad just as much as the movie. Like, it was its own little mini movie, because it was like about Little League, and I was in Little League at the time, I was on the White Sox, and I felt like, I would love to just like go have a pizza party at fucking Pizza Hut, and then, it's a nice arc, pizza I love, and then you watch the Ninja Turtles. Mm-hmm. Nailed it every time.
Gaming technology will never evolve beyond this.
That's too bad. The spirit of youth. Oh, God. YTV. Should we start appealing to the spirit of youth on this channel?
A mute boy
Oh,
shares
boy.
his world with a very special collie in The Miracle, starring
That sounds like Tom
Lassie.
Bosley.
Here's the movie.
Whoa, hey, let's watch Lassie together. I missed TriStar movie, or the picture movie company is long dead, but I miss it. It, like the logo back, when logos were a thing, you were like, whoa, that's cool. Strongest impression I ever got it on was the Monster Squad, because it's like that grainy, sort of old-timey looking horse, and it jumps and turns into a Pegasus, and it just leads into that sort of already sort of B-grade monster movie, very campy. Perfect.
See, I was raised to be a thief. You weren't. A grandfather with risky plans.
Who the hell put it in your head that being safe is what life is all about?
A son caught in the middle.
I'm doing it.
If they catch you, Adam, they lock you
Doing
up.
it.
You're doing what you always do. You're treating them like a kid.
Sean Connery. Dustin
It's crazy to see a trailer for a movie that doesn't have like explosions or superheroes in it. It's just like a movie. Oh, Power Glove. He's playing with power, guys.
The equipment. Power Glove for your NES. The power behind the hottest video game.
It was terrible. Awful.
Your entrance into an electrifying maze, only the
But look.
fastest will survive.
I had a friend who had one. I take that back. Obviously, I had to play it once because I remember it sucking so hard that I never, ever wanted to play with it again. And sometimes, like, as a joke, I would play with it, like, using the controller pad on it, like, as a controller.
Hi, I'm Kim Matthew.
Hey, Matt.
What's up, Matt?
Hi, I'm Terry Hill. I was just listening to the grass grow. Would you like some
Here in
mellow
the
roast
city?
instant coffee
Blended with roasted grain and chicory? Well, sure. I have it all
How did you know? Are you guys both Nicky Chuckles?
the time.
You know, I like that.
Get
full
some
coffee
today.
Today?
Right. And there's no bitterness.
flavor.
You kind of look like Bob Saget.
So quiet. So peaceful.
It's just tourists.
Cut tracks. Be where it's happening. In a flash, you're talking to the stars. Taking in the scene. Tap the circuit with Lori Hibbard. Rock, don't run. Rock and talk. Weeknights at 6:30 only on YTV.
I was thinking about this earlier, about how much the vernacular hasn't changed over, like, I don't know, it felt like in the 90s especially, we were like really into, or at least I was, there were books being written about it as like slang of the past. I don't think cool has changed in 90 years, and nobody's like doing any slang anymore. I don't know if like what would you say in 20 years someone would put in a book about like what we're saying today? Like no one's doing the like 23 skidoo or like nothing's jerking. Like I don't know.
Do you like Nicky Chuckles? Sure, we all do. That's what's up.
Man has loved picnics, but picnics have not always loved.
Things went so bad for the Power Glove, it had to start in Future Force with David Carradine.
Yo, yeah, you're right. Then it killed that dude. Yeah, after punching him in the nuts.
WAP.
Power.
Yes, that's a thing now. That's the thing.
WOP?
Yeah.
Is that a what thing?
WAP.
I know what WAP is.
I know what WAP is.
What thing? WAP. I know what WAP is.
WAP.
I know what WAP is.
Is
I
that
don't know what WAP is.
I thought it was WAP. I'm old.
What is P? What are we talking about?
I think Maxwell English is just saying letters. Yeet.
That might be true. Yeet, I understand.
Yeah. We don't say things are pimping anymore.
Right.
Big pimping.
It feels like anytime anybody uses slang now, it's always ironic. Like if someone says homie, no one's saying homie like, hey, homie, who's your homie? You know what I mean? Homie.
There's an alternative. The Country Kitchen Chicken Picnic. Country Kitchen's very own fried chicken recipe with a garnish of...
Right, so not WOP.
Yeah.
That was right, WAP.
Right, that's what I was...
Wet opposite? Crazy.
Homie, don't play that.
Homie, don't play that.
Now man can have his picnic.
Man, homie didn't play a lot of things. 2 snaps and a twist, that sort of shit. Oh, the California raisins, guys! Oh my God, they're going to KFC. Ooh, KFC's new chicken raisin bucket. There's 2 scoops of raisins in every bucket. Whoa.
KFC Raisin Bran.
Not for nothing, that might not be terrible because, swing for the fences sometimes, people. We were at a farmer's market and there was, this big food truck that looked like one of those World War II style like fighter jets with the big shark mouth on it. And they were selling giant biscuit sandwiches with an entire fried chicken in the middle, slathered in like Monterey Jack cheese and apple butter of all things on a real big ass biscuit. I go, oh my God, what is this all about? So, and I fell in love with it. I tore my stomach open trying to finish like 10 of them. But, throw a little, as I'm saying, like, pineapple goes on pizza, apple butter goes on chicken, maybe raisin goes on chicken too.
No raisins, says Tony.
Whatever.
Raisin canes. Yeah.
Right, you got raisin. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'll do. I'll just make a raisin-themed chicken restaurant where we just bathe everything in raisins. We raisin money.
I had one in orange glasses. Raisins.
Oh, yeah. I had them all.
No sweat. Get new 40th anniversary tie.
Best tie
It's got to be their 75th anniversary now. Rehydrated raisins. What could those be?
Looks cleaner than any leading brand.
How about pre-dehydrated raisins?
Then get your whole wash cleaner.
Looking good.
Look, she's gonna.
And get the tough stuff clean.
She's gonna even reach around right below camera. He's like, what?
Body break.
Ryan makes an amazing sour cream raisin pie every year for Easter dinner.
What the hell are you talking about? A sour cream raisin pie? Don't get me wrong. I'm not against raisins. It's just here's the thing.
He's against sour cream.
I'm against sour cream, but also like in the home brewing communities and especially with mead, raisins are a hot button issue that I don't want to get into because boy oh boy, people are fucking nuts about it.
Yes.
Yeah, calm down.
But I am interested in that sour cream raisin pie.
Hard pass. Do not share in the chat.
You could totally mail me some.
Yeah, slice off a big old chunk of that baby and throw in the USPS.
Activities there are to enjoy. But regardless of the activity, proper clothing should be worn to ensure safety and comfort.
Wearing several layers of light clothing is more effective in keeping you warm than one heavy layer. You'll lose less heat and be able to adjust to the changes in temperature.
Watch out for the trees. You don't want to Sonny Bono yourself.
Whoa, look at his outfit.
Whoa, that guy looks like Carl Weathers' stunt double, R.I.P.
Oh.
Wool is great for
I thought he was a fireman for a second.
Canadian fireman. Is it the suspenders?
Also wear pile or fleece, as it requires only half the weight of wool to provide the same amount of warmth.
Whoa.
Your outer layer should be light and protect you from the wind and water. You can wear synthetic clothing, such as nylon shells.
This is the boring part of the prawn.
Most importantly, if you're dressed right, you'll be more comfortable.
I can't believe they, living in Arizona, no one tells you how to dress in layers or whatever. It's just like, the only thing around here that surprises me are the goth kids who keep on the black hoodies and like black pants and arm sleeves and shit year round. I can't believe that shit.
Body break.
If you French fry when you pizza, you're, gonna have a bad time.
In Canada, to be successful,
You need to be
Water.
Canadian? Oh, you need Le Bleu, right? Labatt?
Labatt?
it must be clean
Labatt?
and clear.
Whatever happened to Molson? Oh, there it is. Thank God.
Yep.
Molson's like the Budweiser of Canada. Like the commercials make you think that it's okay, then you taste it and you go, yeah, actually. Whoa, Lisa Loeb had a pizza company in Canada, guys. You spit it in your friend's ear.
So many pizza commercials. Now I want pizza.
Okay, number one, it's kind of annoying because the only time you're going to see pizza represented in a realistic fashion is, ironically, in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. In commercials like this, people are eating pizza sans plate, sans napkin.
Oh, yeah.
Just out playing basketball, like
Just
swirling
Lucy
the
slices.
swirling the ball on the one finger while eating with the other, and they're all chatting it up. It would be a fucking disaster. It would be a mess. Like in New York, you know, they sell pizza by the slice on every street corner, like Starbucks. So when you're watching Ninja Turtles 2, you know, they got plates, they got napkins, and it's a real situation. This is bullshit. And even as a kid, I was like, this is a disaster. Like, you're setting yourself up for just a stain from chin to...
Oh, that little girl right there is going to have stains all over her white
She's a
dress.
ghost. She's a poltergeist.
Oh.
So don't worry about her. All the food just like falls through her anyway.
They might as well have Jeff Sokol in the commercial.
All right. Yeah, he's like, oh, the small is big as the large. He's like, oh.
I thought the situation was in Jersey, not New York. Well, he travels. I always get this excited eating frozen pizza.
Wait. Did you see how it said Pizza Loeb Pizza? What?
No, I was reading the chat.
Whoa. Classic Kurt Russell.
I hate that. A risky friendship. A shared attraction.
So if I asked you out, maybe you'd accept. Dating is not
I still think Michelle Pfeiffer should have been in the Alan Quartermain canon pictures. Prove me wrong.
Mel Gibson, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Right, taking a bath. Yeah, like I totally eat a slice of pizza while I'm taking a bath.
Yeah, drop pepperoni in there.
It's fine.
A little pepper. Make a little stew. Yeah, before he went and did the thing.
A Royal Bank report on a new car financing option.
Crush your cars.
Damage beyond repair, insurance may pay only the depreciated value. If it's less than a year old, you could lose up to 30% of what it cost you.
Do you notice how it does not sound how that mic is plugged in at all? Mm-hmm. It's kind of terrible, right?
Now you can make up the difference with a Royal Bank financing option called...
That is straight up the on-camera, like, onboard mic. Like,
and what insurance pays you.
notice how when I get further, like, you'll hear a difference as I move around. Like, she's just like...
go like this.
Missing.
Yeah, straight up not.
She's very professional.
She's the best.
Her ex-husband is in one of those cars.
Oh, yeah.
Almost nothing is as frightening as the thought
This
of
pig.
your child going missing.
Oh.
And yet, every year in Canada, thousands of children do go missing. No
They
one
turn into
knows for
Smurfs.
sure how many, because exact statistics are not kept. But
I mean, it would be
is estimated
impossible.
That the
Yeah.
figure may be as high as 50,000.
That's a lot.
insane. Are there that many people in Canada?
Or return home
This
on
is
their
like
own.
the 90s too, right?
I think it's the Wendigo stealing all the children.
But for
That's
the parents
Canadian.
of those children who don't come home, the nightmare goes on and on.
Who are you?
Good evening, I'm Isabel Bassett.
Thank you.
Tonight we'll tell you the story of 3 children who went missing.
Here's a fake
and their
cat.
parents struggled to find them.
Isabel Bassett is your host for Missing, Saturday at
She
10
would
on
look better than
CKCO
Angela
TV.
Bassett? Probably not, right? That's crazy.
That means it's probably like triple here.
Oh, this is...
All your favorite Disney characters.
I tried showing my son this, and he is not interested. He loves Mickey Mouse, like the new version.
Which is crazy.
But it's good. The new version is good. It's funny, and the animation is good, and I understand. But, like, we tried to show him around Christmas time that this very thing, and it a hard pass.
Yeah.
Understandable, though, because it's mostly around Scrooge, and I don't know. maybe there's just a disconnect for the old. He's 4 or 5 or something.
Oh my God, he's 5.
Between 3 and 7.
He'll be starting kindergarten this year, and I am having a hard time with it.
But the hits and misses are strange.
Yeah, we just watched Rescuers Down Under tonight, and he was partially into it.
Halfway there, halfway not. And I would say the Rescuers Down Under is still on the tail end of a couple of things. The villains are still villains and die at the end, and they can still drink booze because Bianca and Bernard are drinking champagne when we first see them.
Yeah, kindergarten was the best 3 years of my life. Yeah, Kayla, I'm not.
Solid 2 for me.
Walt Disney Productions
having a rough time.
side-splitting full-length animated adventure, Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Bail out! Bail out!
And the
Okay, who played Orville in the first one? Was it what?
You guys need a podcast.
We had one for 10 years, man. You missed it. That was Glenn Campbell or something.
Now playing at a famous
Might have been
Players
dead.
Theater near you.
Famous
Check
Players
local
Theater.
listings for
Go to
details.
Canada.
So you're the one they say tastes too good to be margarine. You're margarine
Parquet.
I've been teaching for 20 years, and it says right here, parquet margarine. Time to teach you a lesson. Light, creamy tasting. You are parquet. Naughty boy.
Parquet margarine, the flavor
We used to get parquet.
You know.
What, for baking? My mom used to get
Here's the thing.
parquet or imperial.
Whatever. There's a lot of stuff that I just feel like were natural to me, like it was a bad thing to put in your body. So when I was young, my grandfather was having a bunch of issues, and they were like, "Oh, we cut the fat, cut the fat." So like high carb and like all the butter was that margarine shit or like whatever. And here's the thing. Food that comes from the earth that you should be eating will react to things like heat or cold or water or anything like that. So if you have something spreadable and you put a big glob on it on an English muffin, you throw it in the microwave, and in 3 minutes it looks like it has changed 0 physically, that's a problem. And whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, we're making all these chemicals because we're like, oh, well, we know better. It's like, well, nature, sure, nature provided food for us the entirety of our existence. But I think we got it from here, nature. Like, what the fuck?
We
The
always got
balls.
margarine because it was what was better.
It's fucking terrible.
Oh, look, it's 2 dead people.
But it says $10.99.
Aw.
Not for less pizzas. How can that be? I think if you refer to the fine print. Fine print? Not render vendor responsible.
May I help you?
Who are you? I'd like to introduce our corporate
This
attorney.
is Big
He's here
Caesar.
On a regular basis. No, I'm not surprised.
At Little Caesars, you always get 2
7
pizzas
locations
for
in
one
London.
low price.
Alone.
2 pizzas.
Only at Little Caesars.
Back when they were pretty good. I mean, back in the day, Little Caesars could get it.
But they weren't even pizza yet.
Better tasting frozen concentrated orange juice.
I mean, if you're making that bacon in, like, I assume you're throwing it in a cast iron, cooking, like a plug-in thing that, like, has never seen, like, the touch of soap or whatever. Like, that's fine. Everything goes in a normal color and comes out black, Fosco. I think you're probably okay, just as long as there's a lot of, like, fish and squid that you throw in on top. Just to sort of round out all the flavors.
Jim Jordan from Phoebe McGee and Molly was Orville.
Best of the best juice oranges in the world.
Redenbacher.
And the same
I think that was from an earlier commercial that we were talking about. Orville
we
Redenbacher.
take to select our fruit goes
Sorry, guys,
into
I've been
making
drinking.
our juice. The pure,
All
fresh
these
taste
old dudes with
shines
big
through.
mustaches being like, oh, just enjoy these products. Like, you can trust me, I'm a dude.
Juice, we're making old South.
So windy behind him, but
Okay, here's the thing, Kayla. The grease in the pan has definitely gone rancid. I wouldn't say, because he buys the bacon fresh from the store. The grease that stays in the pan stays in the pan. And he's proud of it. That's the thing about King Cobra
and what's
JFS.
hilarious
Let's talk about Lolcows for just a
also about him. So we found that they sell bacon fat or bacon grease in a tub
What a
at the
layup.
store.
Oh my God, life changing.
It was great. And then no sooner did we discover this, Cobra has a video and he's
I
like,
can't
look
believe
at the store. They had this bacon.
Everything in my life has to be like, as soon as I pick up on it and find enjoyment, it has to be picked up by someone that I either enjoy and have to now sort of be like, God, how did that happen? Or someone I hate and I go, God damn it, now that thing is marked with the stain forever. As soon as King Cobra started making meat, I was like, yo, damn it.
I'm kind of surprised he didn't start doing that sooner, only because he's an alcoholic and like he can make his own alcohol. Why not?
But I'm not. That's the thing. Homebrewing can seem like it's more difficult than it is, especially if yada yada yada.
Right.
Read the book, rabbits.
No, from Rescuers. Orville. Dave asked who played Orville, the bird.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, my bad. Boy, oh boy, yeah. By the time it hits the old brain pan, it's far too long. So, Anyway, sorry, moving on.
We missed breakfast.
Had to get going early.
Are we gonna have breakfast?
Yo!
Same kind we have.
It's Titus's brother.
Your breakfast at Harvey's is made to order with fresh
Harvey's.
eggs, crisp bacon,
It's like
sausage
Denny's.
patty, golden hash browns,
But for Harvey.
toasted French
In Canada.
bread, hot coffee, cold juice. It's breakfast.
Or a hot juice and cold coffee. You know, customers always right here at Harvey's.
We put a tomato in the middle.
We'll put a fucking slice of tomato to really, like, make the middle of your breakfast real cold and soggy. Yeah, they do look plastic. I guarantee those are made out of silicone. They're props.
Yeah, they're like the kids' kitchen food.
No
creamer.
creamer.
Taurus.
We don't have
The
that in Canada.
sensational new car that's getting all the rave reviews for its design innovation.
The Invisible Rabbit.
its high
Harvey?
technology, the way it handles and rides. Now, Motor Trends.
Did you guys ever have a car or like know someone who had a car? Because the 90s was that pivotal shift when we went from almost exclusively analog, like needle dials, to like cars. Like my cousin had a Ford Escort, or a Ford Probe, sorry. A Ford Probe that had a speedometer that told you in numbers, that it wasn't like a dial. And I was like, oh my God, the future is now. Now I have a car that does both now. So we have, where are we?
This car of the year comes on even stronger for 87. If you haven't driven Taurus, see your Ford dealer right away.
Try driving a Taurus, guys. Have you driven a Ford lately?
At Ford, quality.
I drive a
is
Ford
job
now.
one.
But they stopped
The
making
next
manual
time
transmissions, so I had to move
Color
on.
Gold film or other selected Kodak products, you're on your way
Yeah,
to getting
that's the
one of these
proctologist's
little
favorite
beautiful
car.
mail from Kodak. They're the Kodak Colorkins fantasy creatures, and they're as colorful as Kodacolor Gold.
These were the least, like, the mascots with the least longevity ever. I barely have a memory of these Kodak color weirdos, but I do remember they were like the tail end of my memory on like the very end of the 80s. Because I remember Kodak was everywhere. They sold the Fun Savers, and they were such a huge film camera, and they looked the future in the face, invented the first digital camera, and spit in the eyes of destiny and went bankrupt, while Fujifilm, Leica, Canon, Nikon still exist to this day.
Look who's talking now, the series?
Yeah. Come back. Oh my God. Everything was a series. Cause you like the monkey shines, the two kids who can talk to themselves. It's like basically Garfield, right?
Yeah.
Like the animated series Garfield, but instead of a kid or instead of a baby or instead of a cat, it's a baby. So yeah, but he probably gets less lasagna.
Probably.
Gold film itself. Now, having said that, there's only one thing left to point out.
Notice how these kind of look like Muzzy characters too?
Yes.
Hello, I'm Wayne Stevens.
Hello,
Je suis la Juvie, am I right, guys?
We at Stevens Mercury realized just how
Stevens Mercury.
Those babies are like 50 now.
It's like a Garfield, it's just not good.
A happy experience, not a headache. That's why Stevens is dedicated.
This is
to
the
total
happiest
customer
Mercury you'll ever buy.
And just as
Yeah, that
important,
dude's
after you
totally
buy your
dead.
car, when you need
Fosco's so
service or
dark
maintenance,
tonight.
Stevens
He's
is here to
dead.
help.
It's the 80s. And now
Remember,
we're in
before you
the
go anywhere else
20s.
to buy a car, visit us at Stevens.
Guys, we're living in the 20s. I can't believe that.
I can't talk about
I was
things
in school And I said to my parents, because we were learning about stuff, and someone had mentioned, all the different decades and what they were famous for. I was very young, and I learned about the 20s, and I asked my parents, I said, Mom, what were the roaring 20s like? I think she was born in 1950-something.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Je suis la vie.
We're about to find out.
I mean, who else watched Nickelodeon? Everybody?
Pampers Plus, Loves, or Kleenex Huggies Super Trim Diapers.
You got me there, Kayla.
Huggies Super Trim. Only Huggies has the dry touch system. A slim blue middle layer that funnels.
How often are you like touching the inside of your child's diaper, P.S.? Like these commercials made you feel like you were always having to come in contact. After having a child, I touched the inside of their diaper as little as possible. I kept it at basically 0.
Yeah, and if it ever was, it was like an accident. Like it wasn't like you just check if
Yeah, or there would be a blowout situation. You guys
Right.
know how it is. I mean, I don't have to tell you.
Funnels wetness into the padding and helps hold it away to keep babies drier than Pampers and Loves. Huggies, champion of the dryness games, and a victory for babies everywhere.
Still raining. 40 days! I need a good floor varnish. Better yet, Valspar Super Thin for floors and furniture.
Valspar.
I haven't much time. Super Thin.
I'll pray for you as you drown in this flood because you're not one of the animals nor one of my family members. So goodbye, Pee Wee Herman lookalike.
Beautiful.
Tucker Carlson before he made it famous.
Hey, big house. A lot of traffic.
Traffic?
We're talking animals.
Do the job right with clear, durable Valspar Super Thin.
Was that supposed to be a joke?
Beautiful furniture.
Javex Stain Away powers out tough stains.
I'm not a Christian, so I'm offended.
Goodbye to greasiness. Goodbye to sticky mess.
Why do these people live in a void? I don't like these old commercials.
Hello, better way. Hello, stain away. Goodbye, tough stains. Goodbye. Javex Stain Away powers out tough stains. Goodbye, tough stains. Goodbye.
Everyone in that commercial was just paid to wave. I can't believe that.
Starring a fantastic collection of great new hit albums and cassettes. Only $5.99 each.
Woo! That's unbelievable for the time.
John. Supertramp. John Cougar. Neil.
Jack and
I always confuse Supertramp and Supergrass, but also P.S. Neil Diamond, one of the best singer-songwriters of our time. Our time, what does that mean?
PPS, that John Mellencamp song, whenever I hear it, I think back to, I think it was probably Sesame Street. They used to, you know how they used to go to like cuts of like factories making things?
Yeah.
There was a crayon factory one, and they played that song, and that's the only thing I think of whenever I hear that John Mellencamp song is the crayons going on the conveyor belt.
Neil is no Dustin Diamond, and thank God for that. We don't need another one of those.
John Cougar Supertramp.
God bless Neil Diamond. Holy shit. Tell you what, why don't we stop watching these commercials and play a little game? Krista's got some questions. I'm going to sit back and watch and listen and drink a little bit. Go for it, Krista.
Okay.
These are bad questions.
They're hard.
So
They
we're
are
gonna make
hard.
each one of them worth 100 points for your trouble.
Oh man, and I have to do the notes?
Yeah. Remember you were like, I'll read the questions, and I said, okay.
No, my question was, do you want me to read them or do you want to read them? And it was, oh, you can.
I said, I don't give a shit. Rewind the tape.
Which of James Bond's beauties married Ringo Starr?
Which of James Bond's beauties married Ringo Starr? Which?
Dave's not going to keep score since Chris is asking. No, he's not, because he's sitting back and he's drinking.
Oh, God.
Which of James Bond's beauties married Ringo Starr?
All pussy galore. You probably have to know her real name.
Need
a
an
lot
actual,
of vagina.
I need the... I am assuming this is the actress's name.
I'm gonna play too, guys. So
what?
Yeah, good news.
How come I can never play?
I'm playing against you because whatever. Is it Jane Seymour?
No.
Okay. I don't know. That was my answer. I just won. I'm an ethical player. The one from The Spy Who Loved Me.
I need a person's name.
Tammy Kittine?
No.
Oh, Tawny Kittane.
It's not Tawny Kittane, no.
What? She wasn't a Bond girl, was she?
Ryan Maxwell.
Barbara
is
Bach.
Correct. With Barbara.
Huh.
Bach.
I mean, not for nothing. Jane Seymour is probably my favorite Bond girl. The Daniel Craig one wasn't too bad, but I don't know. She turned out being a villain, so I was like, meh. Solitaire was like, I don't know. What was up with Solitaire? She was just like someone who, how did they know that she knew how to read the tarot cards? Like she was an English woman who ended up in Louisiana, like in the Big Easy, giving out whatever. Okay, next question.
All right, hope somebody's a Gone with the Wind fan, because that's what this entire card is. What year was the setting for the start of Gone with the Wind?
Oh.
What year was the setting for the start of Gone with the Wind?
I'm going to answer you guys. So you remember, you're facing me too. I'm going to say 1864. Damn it. I mean, it's a Civil War era movie, right?
In the year
definitely not 25. In the year 2525, if man is still alive. 30th birthday, I got myself a Walther PPK. I mean, here's the thing. Didn't everybody at one point?
Ryan,
Is it 1861?
It is 1861.
I was only off by 3.
You were only off by 3.
Did the Civil War end in 1864? I feel like...
That sounds like a... Maybe.
Whatever. Moral of the story is, congratulations, Ryan. It's 100 points.
Ooh. 1865 is when it ended. It says, Ryan.
Well, shit.
What?
How uncivilized.
What 1961 Roberto Rossellini movie saw Cicera and Rosetta flee strafing Nazi planes?
Strafing
Nazi planes.
Strafing.
What 1961 Roberto Rossellini movie saw Cicera and Rosetta flee strafing Nazi planes?
Sound of Music?
Negative.
Dang. I know there's Nazis in that movie. I know the Hills Were Alive with The Sound of Music. Snoopy versus the Red Baron, says Kayla.
That's not right.
The computer kicked that one back.
It's not Hogan's Heroes.
Damn. There's one bit from Hogan's Heroes I remember where like they make potato pancakes for the fat guard and he's like over the moon about him. So light and fluffy, he says.
F Troop. I'll give a hint. Cicera and Rosetta are both females.
Lewis.
So what is the movie called?
Thelma and Louise.
No.
Dang it. Schultz, Sully, Garibaldi. These are all great. Pass, says Tony.
Pass. Okay, no one's going to get it. So the answer is 2 women. 2 females, 2 women.
White chicks.
It's not white chicks, but that is a solid answer. I already lost. I hope you're keeping track of how many questions I'm asking, because I'm not.
I'm not.
Because I'm the person asking the
We're
questions.
going to go until I say it's enough, and then we watch some more commercials.
Who played the baritone idol Anatole Guerin in 1943's The Phantom of the Opera?
Oh, damn it. No, I don't know that guy. Sorry.
Who played the baritone idol Anatole Guerin in 1943's Phantom of the Opera? I used to listen to that soundtrack of The Phantom of the Opera. No.
It's not Lon Chaney. It's not Jim Varney. It's not Pass. Lon Chaney was the Phantom. But the person, I don't know. Lon Chaney was, I think, if we're talking about a talkie, Lon Chaney was the silent era Phantom. I thought Lon Chaney Jr. looked more alike than they did, and I just saw a picture of them side by side, and I mean, not even close. Dick Cheney Jr.
No, Nelson Eddy is correct. Ryan Maxwell.
Really? There you go, Ryan. Nelson Eddy.
Nelson Eddy.
That name sounds familiar, but like all of the, whatever. My knowledge of the 40s cinema is not great. Let's talk about monsters.
Where did the climax of Goldfinger take place?
Here's the thing. I don't give a shit about the Sean Connery 007.
Sean Connery.
It doesn't matter.
It matters for the question.
Sure it does, but I mean, to me, it doesn't. Roger Moore, my favorite Bond. I think Sean Connery, was it the bedroom? Was it his stomach? Which one is in the volcano? Which was the James Bond movie where they try to kill him on like spa equipment that has a setting that goes from 1 to skull and crossbones? I want to say that was Goldfinger.
I mean, he probably did, but this is an actual place.
Read the question one more time. The Man with the Golden Gun, maybe my favorite.
Ryan Maxwell is correct with Fort Knox.
Oh, Goldfinger. Yeah, it only makes sense. The Gold Reserve, Fort Knox. That's where they go in Battlefield Earth to get all their gold. When they fly those 1,000-year-old jets, which is totally believable. Oh, yeah, come on over.
Oh, yeah, come on over. Okay, I gotta look at these questions. What Elvis Presley film had a wandering family setting up house on a Florida beach?
Blue Hawaii.
No.
Damn! They mined that refined gold. Yeah, they did. And they had you in time to smelt it into bars. I mean, you guys want to talk about Battlefield Earth? We can do it. Holy shit. I read the book, and not only have I read the book, I've owned multiple first edition copies. Gilligan's Island?
No.
Rum Diaries?
No.
Xenu?
No. What Elvis Presley film had a wandering family setting up house? Yes.
Follow That Dream.
Yes.
Ryan nailed it.
Damn.
Yeah, what are we talking about? Scientology, what was it?
It's Rum Diaries.
Definitely Rum Diaries.
What singer was the top box office draw in 1944 and 1945?
Bing Crosby.
Yes.
Bingo, bitch! That's a point. 100 points for me. I bet it was one of those Road to movies with Bob Hope.
It does not say.
My absolute favorite, because they did a lot of Road 2s. If you are, two things. Check out the Thin Man series. Myrna Loy and William Powell. Fucking awesome. But if you're going to check out the Bing Crosby, Bob Hope buddy comedy thingamajigs, Road to Morocco, my favorite. Dorothy Lamour is the love interest.
I refuse to believe it wasn't Taylor Swift.
You know, you can live in that sweet, sweet reality, but I mean, we'll be here in the shared reality.
What 1928 Marx Brothers film saw the Zanies singing "It's One for All and Two for Five" were four of the Three Musketeers?
That predates I was hoping it would be related to the mirror scene or like Duck Soup. Horse Feathers is one of my favorites. The Coconuts?
No.
The Newsies?
No.
Taylor Swift?
No.
Duck Soup?
No.
I know, it wasn't Duck Soup. It's probably not Duck Soup. It's not Horse Feathers.
Ernest Goes to Camp.
Ernest Goes to Camp?
No. It's One for All and Two for Five were four of the Three Musketeers.
I love the shit out of the Marx Brothers, but I don't recall that song. The one where maybe this is Horse Feathers. I can't remember where Groucho Marx plays Professor Wagstaff and takes over Huxley College or whatever. Like that song is fucking like Zeppo Marx is in that one. And like it's just like he takes over the college. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna smoke a cigar. Now we're just gonna have all these bearded professors singing." He's gonna yank on all their beards.
This movie or this show, yes, Ryan
Animal
Maxwell.
Crackers.
Yes, you are correct. Animal Crackers.
I'm not super familiar with that one, so that's probably why.
Animal Crackers.
Horse Feathers is one of my favorites because he's a horse doctor and he tries to get people to take horse pills.
Ugh.
It's a scam.
What?
Marky Marx brothers. Marky Marx and the Brother Bunch.
What British actor played Dr. Moreau in 1933's Island of Lost Souls?
God damn it. I know who played it in the 70s version. I know who played it in the 90s version.
No, it doesn't help the 1933 version.
Lon Chaney? Damn it. Because in the 70s version, it was Richard Burton. 2 people said Mr. Bean. I'll be fucked.
That's not correct.
Obviously, it's not correct, but I think it's funny they both said Mr. Bean.
Time
Traveling Brando. Yeah, that was the thing. It was Richard Burton and Marlon Brando. I don't know who did the 30s one.
Ryan Maxwell is correct with Charles Lawton.
Charles Lawton. Yeah, Kayla and Tony are on the same wavelength tonight with the fucking Mr. Bean shit. I mean, that you even capitalized the Mr. and left off the period.
Crazy. Are you in the same room?
Yeah, you guys looking at each other across the couch? We should both say Mr. Bean.
Oh, let's say it. No, I don't like these questions.
One more question, then we'll watch some more commercials.
I gotta find a good one. What film had Peter Lorre saying to Boogie, you will please, Bogey, you will please clasp your hands together at the back of your neck?
Casablanca?
No.
Maltese Falcon?
Do you get to answer more than once?
Yeah, I do. Is that it? Is that it? Woo! 100 points for me. Yeah, see, it was in the Treasure of Sierra Madre and Edinburgh Christmas. They don't know shit. It's the Maltese Falcon, people. Dashiell Hammett.
So,
open your eyes.
Do you want to know what the score is right now?
We'll save the score for later. Let's watch some more
We all know
commercials.
who's winning.
Me.
Debatable.
The Beatles, John Lennon, now only $5.99
On cassette.
Plus many more fantastic values. The $1 million record sale at Woolco now.
Whoa.
Saturday at midnight, starting over.
Look at Burt
Turtlenecks.
Dashiell Hammett sounds like a curse word. It's a 20s curse word.
Oh, Dashiell Hammett.
Burt Reynolds looks terrible.
I think the reason that you went berserk when Jessica called is that you don't...
Oh my God. Good night, Kayla.
Yeah, Jesus.
Go easy on that
I'd
shit.
have asked you to move in with me or something. You would have been able to handle it. So what do you think? Will you move in with me? You can keep your apartment and everything.
Is that not Burt Reynolds?
I don't know.
Okay. Are you sure?
No?
Are you sure?
That definitely is.
No.
What is going on? Rolling up in a Dodge K car, popping the door before we even come to a complete stop.
Perfect.
Come on, Bert.
Burt Reynolds
Double A
and Jill
NCO.
Frederick star
Amco.
in Starting Over, Saturday at midnight on CKCO TV.
Starting over.
Tomorrow at midnight, our
Are we just watching a movie now? Yeah.
We just slipped into a movie.
and Margaret. That's tomorrow at midnight here on.
Wouldn't that be funny if I just like accidentally slipped like the entirety of The Last Dinosaur to you guys?
KCO TV.
Is that in the public domain?
No. MGM owns it. I know because I have to print on demand a DVD from them.
Not that I'd want to watch that. Like,
you guys, if you haven't watched The Last Dinosaur starring Richard Boone,
it's terrible.
He wears his sunglasses for a solid 1/3 of the film, and I don't know why.
The sunglasses he wears are fucking
Terrible.
ridiculous.
Hey, kids. On crack.
Should slip it back at me like Paul Rudd does.
Yeah, if we, could you imagine if we just start slipping into Mac and Me, and like before you know it, everybody's dancing into McDonald's, and we're wondering what we've done here.
Show you what to do. And if I crack a doodle
Sarah
do, you
Boone's
crack a
father.
doodle too.
Yeah.
Here's an easy way to
He's
make
dead
your
behind.
lunch today. You take an egg and then some bread and then you crack away. It's true. Crack a doodle doo. Now that's the perfect place to make a silly face. It looks so good, I bet you could eat your face today.
Eat your face.
Breakfast is a perfect place for faces. I've never seen a face imposed on a lunch or a dinner.
No.
Faces are a breakfast exclusive body part.
Yeah, well, because pancakes are circle, which make a face.
Yeah, dongs are for dinner. Hot dogs, am I right, guys? Other wiener-shaped foods?
The late Lorne Greene spent a good part of his life working to preserve the world wilderness areas. And above all, he was committed to teaching future generations the lessons of the wild. Something as strong as the intricate world of animals is now yours to discover, to be enjoyed by the whole family.
Dongs.
Distributed by Quality Special Products. New Wilderness is now available through retail outlets.
Dongs is what's for dinner. I feel like dongs tonight. Remember that old commercial, guys?
Hashtag dinner dongs. Hashtag Wollongate 2024. Get yours today.
Get yours today. We had hot dogs tonight.
Do you enjoy dogs? We all do.
You like eating a dog? We all do. You can boil them, grill them, broil them, roast them, fry them. How do you like your dongs? Hot dogs.
Today.
Molson. Is this Labatt? What am I supposed to be tasting that's good in this?
This one, whatever that says in the back.
No, I'm not asking you about the brand. I'm asking about the flavor.
Oh.
I always ask beer drinkers because I can get wine and fruit-based mead, that sort of thing, because they carry maybe my palate is just too obtuse for the subtler notes of beers.
I am not a fan of beers. When I was in college, like all the people that I hung out with drank strictly beer, but majority of the time it just tasted like I was drinking plants, like too hoppy, because they all liked IPAs.
I'm
and
not
shit.
a huge grain fan.
Nikki chuckles. Put that dong in your mouth and pretend you don't have a complex. Today. Tony had hot dogs for dinner tonight. I prefer weed.
Weed over dong? That's a hot take, but I'll accept it.
What did I tell you? This is fantastic.
It's Ernest.
No traffic,
That is
no
not
crowd.
I almost made you guys, I might at some point, but as we all know, and if you don't, here's your history lesson. The Ernest P. Worrell character was a product of the Don Cherry Advertising Agency. So he sold everything from milk to Sprite to ice cream to every soft drink and like the opaque milk and orange juice jugs that were supposed to keep light out to keep your shit fresh. Like, we could have been, do you Blaze? We could have been sitting through an hour and a half of Ernest P. Worrell talking to Vern about Sprite, about any number of products. Did you Blaze?
Did you Blaze?
Do you Blaze?
Steve, you're a genius. Let's go ashore for a beer. All right.
All right.
And a quick BJ from each other.
Welcome back, guys.
Rough fat on the leg?
Smooth. Very smooth.
Cold age Molson.
This is like the most disgusting, like mid-50s swinger party
Orgy?
Canada had to offer.
This looks cool in commercial form, but in reality, it's method white trash behavior.
Right, putting a boat in your pool, like to have a party where you're just drinking Labatt or whatever.
In this
Oh my God.
gourmet market, you'll find sacks of exotic coffee beans and
Oxidizing,
one brand of ground coffee.
unregulated.
Mm-hmm.
The same rich, mellow Melita that's in your supermarket.
Ah.
Coffee lovers, Melita means everything.
Never heard of
Who would you
it.
rather have making
We're not
the
in
morning
Canada.
coffee? The company
Your
that made
razor?
electric shaver, or your wife's blow dryer, or your child's toothbrush, or the only company that specializes in the art of coffee making. Melita.
I mean, let's be real about this, though. All they need to do is create a machine that makes hot water that drips over coffee beans. If they can handle a toothbrush, they could probably handle that. It's not like you're buying a $2,000 espresso machine that's going to be like frothing milk and shit.
Right.
To coffee lovers, Melita.
He's a ghost indeed. Oh my God.
Well, he's not hungry, he says.
He just won't eat the bacon.
Bacon. I can turn off the TV.
Nope. He'll be here.
He'll smell the bacon.
We'll just let the Applewood smoke lure him from that SNES.
Sacks of exotic beans.
Either way, it's today's wise choice.
It's the
Do
wise
you
choice.
hear but don't always understand? Do you ask people to repeat themselves? Do people seem to mumble? You may have some form of hearing loss. Mini-Aid Laboratories is the leading dispenser of automatic signal processors for the hearing impaired.
What?
With a hearing aid that
Are
weighs
you
less
sitting on
than
a
a
stool,
quarter ounce
sir?
and is smaller than a dime, it's no wonder more people are switching to one of Mini-Aid's undetectables. For more information and the Mini-Aid Laboratories associate dispenser near you, call 1...
Again, with the fucking void. I don't care if it's black, white, or any color from the Roy G. Biv. It's not cool. I don't know why everybody in the 80s, and I just accepted it. Like, especially in infomercials for like Orbeez or any other fucking garbage product, Zoo Books they sold. Everybody was coming at you from a different colored void.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, AIDS.
He's definitely dead. Oh man, Elliot and I were out at a store and saw a little girl riding around in Heelys. They still make those, and
I
Elliot
can't
was
believe that.
enamored by them. He was like, "She's rolling."
I bought my pair of Heelys probably 30 years ago.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, mommy could never have used those because I was uncoordinated as fuck as a kid.
I used the fuck out of them until they were literally banned everywhere the next week.
Yeah, this little girl was just rolling around. She's probably 8. And Elliot's like, oh my God.
Now they're so out of the cultural zeitgeist. Who gives a fuck? So I could probably break mine out because P.S. my feet haven't grown in size since I bought them.
Mm-hmm.
And I have spare wheels. Might hit them all.
That mustache. Radio.
A radio commercial on TV.
Whoa.
Video is helping the radio star.
1090 CKKW, the greatest hits of all time.
But the thing about it, Fosco, they may have been a great cash grab, but they were a solid product.
I never had them.
I had them, and I still have them. They might be kicking around here somewhere because they were expensive. They were like $200. What? But the shoes, high quality, no complaints. The sole, all the stitching, no problem. I would wear them every day.
Do they have sole?
Yeah, they have to have like 2 inches of sole because you have to stick the wheel in there because you could remove them. And no complaints. The wheels, top quality. The shoes, top quality. Every time I saw those shitty little, like when you, when Dorothy clicks her heels together, they made those like built-in skate shoes where there was a button where they would just pop out 2 little sets of wheels. Fucking trash. The wheels on the Heelys, solid. I scooted around Fiesta Mall miles on those wheels until they were banned literally everywhere. But I kept them just in case one day.
Oh, yeah, Julia, like she's on a personal info here, but patients that come in with these hearing aids specifically are the worst. It's a constant worry. Their geriatric zombies are going to lose them.
I can't believe, this like the form factor?
Those tiny little ones?
There's no way this company still exists and they're serving an American product.
No, but they have tiny ones like that used to go missing often when I was at the sniff. Like
for sure. Because
whether they're getting a bath or whatever, they fall out or
right, it's like the same problem with earbuds, or like there's a memory burned into my brain because my cousin, so my grandpa had hearing aids, and so my dad was fiddling with it, trying to fix it for my grandpa, and my cousin was like, oh, let me see what that's like to wear a hearing aid. So he stuck it in his ear, we go, hello, and he goes, bah! And threw his arms up, which then flicked my dad's arm, which then sent the hearing aid shooting like a bullet around the room. And I mean, since it's like this big and it's easy to lose, people. Don't fuck around with those things. They're expensive.
Yeah.
Here's a pretty song. It's called Waltz for Joni K.
Perfect.
Canadian polka is the best polka.
It's the only way to polka.
Milk Toast Mustache Man. I like how you spelled milk toast. That's hilarious.
Total panty dropper right there.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Uncle Jesse and Joey play in like a polka band somewhere, or maybe Uncle Jesse had to play polka for some reason on Full House.
There was definitely polka involved in a Full House episode.
That guy's a gypsy. Look at his mustache and hair.
They're alive because polka is eternal.
They're always rolling out that barrel. Look at that poor bass player being like, Panic at the Polka.
Oh, man.
You think that like this, like when this dude is not playing the accordion, he's selling Mercuries and Chryslers.
Yeah, he's
right?
a car dealership.
Like, holy
person.
shit. Or he's a CPA.
Join Walter Ostenak and his show band for Polka Time, Saturdays
Polka
at 7
Time.
on CKCO
That got
TV.
public airplay. Did you guys ever watch Red Green? Speaking of Canada, Red Green, classic show.
Never heard of it.
It's great.
The difference would be negligible.
Good. Don Johnson?
Worthless bums.
Excuse me, lady?
You have some nerve. $267.
Lady, what are you talking about?
I am talking about what I paid for electric last month and getting my money's worth. Not watching you bums sit and laugh all day.
Honey, I think there's been a little mistake.
Which you are gonna pay for when I show these pictures to your boss.
This is a commercial?
We're undercover, bitch. This is Miami Vice or whatever. Check out my fucking shoulder pads. I'm Don Johnson. Fuck off. And like, look at that camera's form factor. The flash is its own cube outside of the body of the camera.
And don't honey me.
Don Johnson and Philip
Don
Michael
Johnson.
Thomas star in Miami Vice. Fridays
I
at
fucking
9
called
on
it.
CKCO
Hello.
TV.
Look at you.
I mean, it's not that hard. That is a one sloppy Joe.
God, I fucking loved Sloppy Joe's.
Gross.
When it was Sloppy Joe night growing up, God, all over it.
Oh my God. I hated fucking sloppy Joes.
I eat them now.
One of the go-tos at the church I went to growing up, this huge Lutheran church, for all their fundraisers, it would either be pancake breakfasts or sloppy Joeses. And Jesus Christ, I would not want a sloppy Joe.
Oh my God. I don't think we put ketchup in our sloppy
Well,
joes.
this is a burger. I mislabeled this as a sloppy Joe.
Change. Some things you don't.
Where is my ketchup?
Heinz ketchup.
Oh, it's that commercial again where the kid's going to be like 27 looking for his ketchup. Remember that one from the last time?
He's waiting for the ketchup. I wish I could find that one.
Lady, you're scared. Lean
on me. GMC Jimmy.
You're not strong.
I'll be your friend. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on.
The 90s Blazer and the GMC Jimmy look like Tic Tac boxes.
Jimmy!
I had this... I don't know why this stuck in this kid's craw so much, but when I was an electrician, I worked at this spot that had these two day laborers employed. One was named Jeff and one was named Jimmy. And when I would get pissed off at him, I would call him James. And he'd say, my name isn't James. He's like, look at my birth certificate. It says Jimmy. I go, that can't be true. Right?
Sure it can.
But then he showed up like high as a kite one day and like...
With his birth certificate?
with his birth certificate. It had Jimmy on it, so I had to take him at his word. But you know what? That's what he got for you. I was like, Jimmy and your birth certificate.
Jimmy, General Motors trucks. The trucks more people lean on.
That is literal opposite of the fights I have with my wife.
It's weird.
Does she call you Jimmy? And your name is James?
Others, you want to look as if you just bought them.
No grown man should go by Jimmy unless it's Buffett.
Here's the thing. I don't have a name that I give a fuck about. You can call me Dave or David or Dervis or whatever. I don't give a shit.
I only call him David because it's weird when I say call him Dave.
There are some people like my... I'm on another show, Raiders of the Lost Genre. If you want to look that up on YouTube, you can. But when I was introduced to my co-host on that show, he was my boss and he had to go by his name. He likes to go by a nickname. I can't call him that. I call him Scott.
Mm-hmm.
I was introduced to him as Scott. I had to call him Scott because I knew him professionally. That's the way it is. So I get it. And it's impossible to be like, start calling me blank when you've got whatever, X number of days, months, years of calling something else. It just can't be done by some people.
Oh, I was right. She met me when I was 14 and I went by Jimmy. But like at 16, I decided I wanted to be James. I'm 36 and she still calls me Jimmy. Well, it's something that sticks. Like I met David and he introduced himself to me as Dave because in our first message we had to each other, he said,
I'm Dave, check out this dong. And I sent a picture of my dick.
We met online on an online dating site and
anonymous sex site.
He messaged me and he said, hey, looks like we rated each other pretty high.
I can't believe she remembers this. I have no recollection of like anything beyond a year ago. I don't know how I met her. I don't know where she's from.
Remember that. And I was like, okay. And then like the next day,
okay,
we went on a date.
Can you believe that, guy?
He was actually recording like their year anniversary of the podcast that I ended up being on like the night before. He was probably drunk messaging me, but
probably. I mean, who knows? Whatever.
I'm Dave, but I always call him David because I don't know why. It sounds weird if I call him Dave.
All right. Moral of the story is, nicknames are whatever.
Did he tell you to delete your archives?
I told her to delete her
every
archives
night, and I never did.
She reads them, and then like here we are. She's reciting them word for word.
I'm Dave.
So delete your archives.
Why trust them both to the same heavy-duty detergent?
But I never did.
Tough on one.
LOL.
It can't be gentle on the other.
Kissy face.
Lol. The gentle one. Just for the things you want to keep looking new.
I thought this was Pepsi Zero for a second. You guys see that?
Zero.
Laundry.
God damn. Look at the Kodak gremlins. I got munchies.
Rose.
Love struck.
Dave's not here, man.
Those are the fucking, Kodak goblins. No,
Any
just kidding.
cook with an eye towards feeding hungry people will welcome our ham bake. It's got the
What's going on that left side?
Does anybody make craft dinner? That's what they call mac and cheese in Canada. Does anybody make casseroles anymore?
I mean, I would if you ate
remember,
them.
Mrs. Krista Marie, FFOP Radio, I love you more than anything.
Oh my God, Dave, you messaged her after an anniversary show? Good Lord, I'm surprised you had the motor skills after one of those. I miss drunk shows.
It was weird. Here's the thing. Your strategy doesn't have to be good. It just has to work eventually, and you don't know if it's going to be good or bad. Mine wasn't good, but it worked.
Well, I think so. He messaged me. I believe it was prior to recording, because then after we started talking, he was like, "Okay."
When the dick pic started.
That's when they started, and he's like, "Okay, I gotta go record this anniversary episode of my podcast."
Here's my left nut.
But here's my dick.
Wait for my right one after the show. I told him. I said I'm an enjoyer of sexy things.
And then I moved in 3 weeks later.
It worked. Busted my balls over here. Oh my God, the raisins again.
Did Dave send you a Baconator?
Yeah, I DoorDashed her a Baconator. But it was only after I sent her a sauce sandwich, a veggie delight with all the sauce.
Right, I had to have that first.
Yeah, I was like, if you can make it through this sauce sandwich, you deserve the Baconator.
And then we're gonna get married.
And I was like, that's what's up. That, my dudes, is most definitely what's up.
My favorite thing would be how drunk you'd get with Adam and Andy, but how frustrated you'd get that they started immediately derailing the show.
Because
they were the worst.
I mean, I get it. Like, the whole shtick of the other show was like me trying to keep things on the rails as Adam and Andy tried desperately to throw pennies and quarters and crowbars onto the track. And I'm not saying it was bad. It was one of the best 10 years of my life, of the 44 decades. Not 40 decades.
What?
Give me a break, guys.
Now the fullest, thickest, fluffiest softness of any fabric softener. Introducing new
Okay, this is David. David. You're Krista. He should have a Baconator, a bracelet, and a cam.
I got no. Baconator, no pickles.
Fries might be cold.
Here's the thing, though. If I were going to woo Kayla and or Krista, it wouldn't be with a Baconator. It would be with a Carl's Jr. double Western bacon cheeseburger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. I don't know if maybe it's just me, and I like a vinegary Carolina-style barbecue sauce, but Carl's Jr.'s barbecue sauce is more legitimate than any other fast food barbecue sauce on the road. And the only time I'll eat Carl's Jr. is when we're on the road and we'll hit them somewhere between here. It's basically in Quartzsite.
Right.
We go to California, Quartzsite, we always stop for a bacon double Western cheeseburger. No cheese, obviously, because what the fuck is
I get the cheese.
that plastic shit they put on there?
Delicious.
We're bringing a Baconator. We're bringing you a pizza.
Softens best.
I brought her a bracelet.
New Downy, the fullest, thickest, fluffiest softness ever.
Oh, I bought.
Much softer.
Smells good.
April Fresh.
Smells
think.
good.
Any other fabric softener. New
Spozo's
brand new
pizza,
Downy,
guys.
The
Am I right?
most softness ever.
Spozo's Fun Time Pizza. Clarets,
Spozo's
yo!
Fun Time Pizza.
The great taste of clove. If you're fucking 90 or above.
Really loud and the person you're dancing with keeps shouting into your face. What if they have bad breath?
Can I just say how much I hate Kenny versus Benny? While we're talking about Spozo's Fun Time Pizza. God damn.
Here's the thing. Krista has terrible taste, right? Number one, she thinks every celebrity looks like Gary Busey. But number two, she's like, oh, Mr. Show and Kenny versus Benny are terrible.
No, I like the other guy on Mr. Show.
Bob Odenkirk.
I like him. I cannot stand David Cross. I don't know why.
Whatever. Kenny versus Benny was, and always will be avant-garde comedy that existed like lightning in a bottle. We don't need to talk about it. We can talk about
But
Lowell
it's
Cows if
Canada.
you want.
These are Canada
Right.
cartoon commercials.
KBS on Showtime Entertainment.
Want to be sure about your
Fucking awesome shit.
Even though I greatly dislike Kenny versus Benny, I have seen every episode that David has seen multiple times.
Oh, Bob Newhart.
Well, this one's in color. This one here is made in Europe.
Those
all foreign
overalls.
parts. If it ever breaks down, it could take weeks, maybe months to fix.
Look up a picture of Bob Newhart right now, and he looks exactly like this. He's like Jean-Luc Picard or Colonel Potter, right? He just sort of stopped, like he aged to 60 and just stayed there.
What about this one?
Matt says Kenny versus Benny was okay.
It was more than okay. Don't Wollengate me with this shit, you gaslighters.
Can I just say that maybe the only good thing that ever came out of Nick Ringwood holding me hostage to listen to his latest comedy, Hyperfixation, was
one half.
We have to wait for the second half of his message to come through.
Get it anyway.
First class. I like that.
Brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl. Hope you come.
That I'm still friends with you guys almost 15 years later.
Bingo.
15 years. Jesus Christ.
I'm so old, people.
Hashtag Kenny versus Benny Gate 2024.
Don't even, Ryan. Don't you fucking start.
But I do appreciate, so like Kenny came out with like their a show looking back on their Kenny versus Benny shows.
It's just modern day commentaries.
Yeah, and I enjoy that a little more because I can see who Kenny is as a person as opposed to his character on Kenny versus Benny, because I hated him. I hated both of them.
That's the problem, is I can identify with Kenny as the character and the person, because I'm not the same person I am in real life on any show I've ever been on. Like, if I were the person on this show or any show, like the old podcast or whatever, I'd be a fucking nuisance. I'd be in jail. Like, so I understand you have to crank everything up to 100 from 10.
Yeah, I know. It's just hard for me to watch Kenny do the shitty things to Spenny that he did.
But this
even though I hated Spenny because he was a jerk too.
Spenny was
an idiot.
Proto lol cow.
Yes, 100%. And yes. And then, like, when he used to bring in his cousin Bianca to have Kenny get all horned up over her and stuff, like, it was just...
I just saw green screen VTube. You guys are crazy. What moral story is, Kenny versus Spenny, hilarious.
There are certain episodes that I don't mind. There are ones that are terrible. Like
I don't want to be like sexist and be like, boys need one thing, girls want another. It's different because dudes definitely like a more crass experience.
Yes.
Because I have not met, I'm sure they exist, but there's no woman I've met that's like Kenny versus Spenny. Great.
No, I agree. I agree with that. And there are certain ones that I really hate to watch. And one of them was when Kenny faked his mom's death. I cannot handle that one. But the one where they have to get a boner first is hilarious.
The boner one, the gorilla suit one, we can talk about it later. They're all funny to be.
It's
who gets a stain first?
Oh, the stain one's funny, but the ones where they could, like, I don't know, harm people.
Give yourself a Kit Kat and calm down.
I would love a Kit Kat, but there's gluten in theirs.
Ingenious new bathroom freshener, Glade Roll Air.
Hey,
look at her hair.
Where's that coming from?
Look at his hair.
Bathroom freshener that fits.
Hey, great smell, honey. Where's that coming from? What? What a weird... like, he just can't... Presumably, this is one of those split bathrooms where they're in the area where there's, like, like, obviously the tub is right here.
Yeah.
There's your vanity. And the shitter is behind here. So he comes out possibly after dropping a nasty Canadian shit. Comes out. He's like, oh, honey, I just dropped a big Molson dump. It smells good in here. What's up with that shit? Anyway, I'm off to Canadian work.
Fits right inside the toilet roll. Mmm.
Bullshit. It never worked.
Roll Air's fragrance beads give you lasting freshness.
No.
Plus, roll out an extra burst of fragrance, too.
I've seen...
I've never
Are you
seen
familiar
those.
with this? Okay. Even those things were everywhere. Everywhere I went, every home rather, they replaced their standard toilet paper tube holder with one of these that had the smelly crystals in it. My Grandma June, all of them in her house were these things.
Huh.
Grandma Belva, same thing.
Ryan says they give you radiation.
They might, but they definitely didn't give you any smell because all they did was give you like the sound of a very truncated rain stick as you pulled off the sheets to, you know what you do with those sheets, guys?
Roll Air. In the toilet roll.
New
Get that
Roll
shit out of
Air,
here,
it
Frank.
rolls out freshness. Slowly, invisibly, plaque is
Why do you have so
forming
much
on
water
both
in your mouth?
teeth and gums. Listerine antiseptic fights harmful plaque. Using Listerine twice a day reduces plaque growth.
Listerine has always been on like the offensive. We can see this here, like it's the all-seeing eye of Sauron. But like later, do you remember when Listerine had like big muscly arms and a sword and he'd fight plaque?
From 20 to 50% compared to brushing alone.
Listerine like the fucking superhero of
bad breath and
I never liked
liquid.
like when they had yellow. Like I always got like the blue ones because for some reason mouthwash needed to be blue. And like when they came out with like yellow and purple and stuff, it was kind of weird.
I wasn't ever.
The melted cheese goodness comes from Kraft mozzarella.
That antiseptic shit is serious.
One of the many great Kraft cheeses that come already sliced. They're so handy for sandwiches, you'll want several flavors.
So handy.
Broil the smooth melting mozzarella.
You'll want several flavors.
See the dark clouds behind your teeth? They're not supposed to be there.
Yeah, you have like a Baltic Sea type situation with its own ecosystem and like weather circulatory system. Like, what's going on in your mouth, dude?
Oh, the antiseptic was the other one. He needed it and he pierced his lip.
Yikes. I'm thinking about piercing an eyebrow. What do you guys think?
I think it'd be hot.
Television's greatest commercial, too. New Year's Eve at 10.
What are
on
we
TV
doing?
London.
London.
Canada.
Channel 10.
The Single Tree Resort.
Are we doing more questions?
Sure.
I gotta find a good one.
Well,
you didn't. This is just a standing thing. Well, yeah, because we're just sitting on a Channel 10 London screen.
I have not gotten rid of any of my piercings. They were all in this ear. You can never see them because I wear headphones all the time, basically.
I love them.
But I got the 3. I was considering doing either the nose or the eyebrow.
I think the eyebrow would be better. Personally.
Right.
Looking at you all the time.
I like the 90s in me wants to go either or because it's very like, I don't know. When I think of an eyebrow, I think of Tracy Chapman's Fast Car. Am I right? Not doing the septum.
I get septum, lip, and nips.
Yikes. Did you get those big pink gumdrop nips? I mean, if that's too much, you don't have to answer, but I know you did. I know you did. There's that Scott reference again.
Scott.
Hit me with a question, Krista.
What character narrated Walt Disney's 1940s film Pinocchio? What character narrated Walt Disney's 1940 film Pinocchio?
I know, but I'm not going to answer yet because I think you guys should have a chance. Is
Jiminy
right?
Cricket.
Of course. Yeah, of course. I was going to say Jiminy Cricket. Fuck you guys. I knew before you guys, but then there's lag.
Are we just doing 100 points still?
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I can't do math right now.
You got the 100 points there. Lobs? Right. Jiminy Cricket, what a terrible job he was saddled with. And the horrifying nature of getting turned into a donkey and watching all your friends, whatever. We can talk about that later too. Next question.
What South American lake did Donald Duck study through binoculars and Saludos Amigos?
Lake Titicaca. I mean, what else could it be? 100 points. Fuckers. I mean, the Animaniacs sang about it. Lake Titicaca.
Oh,
Hey,
really?
Ryan, give Ryan 25 points.
Hold on.
Because of the lag. Give him 25.
Hang on.
Titicaca.
Wait, I need to fix Ryan's thing because it said 00. I know that's not right. 825. Language, says Fosco.
TB for my bunghole.
These questions are so funny on this one card. What was the name of Geppetto's pet pussy?
What was his name?
Let the lag catch up.
Oh, God.
Language.
What's the name of the cat?
I know Ryan knows this. I have a feeling. My word, says Maxwell.
I know. I'm going to try and get it before Ryan does.
Miss Vagina.
Ferdinand?
Ferdinand, nope.
It does. It feels like it should start with an F, though. Felix? Not Felix. No, don't take that as an answer. Fettuccine? Ferdinand was the giant bull.
Can I give a hint yet?
Fiargo?
He is a typo, I'm sure.
Figaro?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Figaro.
Yeah, Ryan's correct.
Figaro. Yeah, Figaro. I mean, you shouldn't get the points because you already tried Ferdinand.
We've been doing it this whole time.
I know, I'm saying. You shouldn't.
And who's asking the questions?
Watch yourself, McCoy. Jesus. Starts with a G. Figaro.
The questions.
Deuce Gigaro, male Jafigaro.
Oh, these are harder.
That's what she said.
Ooh, Ryan got it twice. I knew pussy wasn't oop. I'm not a good card reader.
This is why I read the cards typically. Because Greg's like, oh, well, I should read the cards. Is that how slapdash this bullshit is? I should be reading
Hey,
this.
I finished my drink, though. What was the cruel sea in the...
What was the cruel sea?
What was the cruel sea in the 1952 film of that name?
What was the cruel sea?
What was the cruel sea?
Sea, S-E-A.
S-E-A in the 1952 film of that name.
The Baltic?
No and
the Dead
no.
Sea, says Ryan. How many seas are there? The Dead?
Spoiler alert.
Baltic?
It's not an actual sea.
Oh. Cruella Sea.
Nope.
Damn it.
That's a good
Fosco.
answer, though.
Is it? I don't think
liked
it is. I mean, you can like it all you want. Doesn't mean it's good.
I'd give him points for Cruella Sea.
I mean, if it was Seville, the Red Sea.
Seville.
Right there are 7
Stephanie
seas.
Germanata? No.
It's
not a sea.
Lady-
The answer is not an actual sea.
So it's not copper, cattle, climate, citrus, or the 5th sea that Arizona has.
It's also not a river, Maxwell.
The Nile River. Honey?
Think of bigger.
The Atlantic Ocean.
Yes.
What? 100 points for yours truly.
You already answered.
But it's not an. That's not a sea.
I know it's not a sea. That's the question was
Here's-
that.
okay.
The answer was that.
It's so annoying because reality makes no delineation. So it's annoying that humans go, well, this amount of mass is a sea, well, this is an ocean. It's all connected. Right? I mean, whatever. How many questions was that? I don't know.
3. And I'm trying to figure out how many points you have because I'm not sure if that's correct.
1,400? You guys see my name up there, motherfuckers.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Ryan's
nepotism.
way ahead of you.
God damn it, Ryan.
What 1970s film chronicled the life of Jack Crabb, a
Dang
121-year-old pioneer?
Oh! Little Big Man?
Yeah.
Thank you!
But you didn't account for the lag, so I'm docking you 50 points.
Fuck that. Little Big Man. We had that on VHS growing up somehow.
I never heard of it.
And it's Dustin Hoffman, and he bangs 3 Native American chicks in one night.
Wow.
Yeah, Ryan
Damn, I
loves
love
that
that
movie.
movie.
Hello, Little Big Man. Like whatever.
He was typing it on.
Yeah, fuck you. The lag screwed you over, my friend. I got that shit. One of the few movies I have VHS growing up.
What's Paul Newman's zodiacal sign?
I mean, there's only 12, so you got to work through them eventually. Paul Newman's zodiacal sign?
That's what it says. Zodiacal sign.
Is he a Pisces?
Negative.
Okay.
Pasta sauce. Not correct.
Is he a salad dressing?
No.
Newman's own Italiano. French. Tomato.
No.
At night or throughout the day?
All day. Yes.
Aquarius.
Correct.
Really?
Ryan is correct.
So, not whatever. Not to digress too far off the beaten path, but what's that? There is some pockets of humanity and some schools of thought that think that you work your way through the zodiac sign, that when you are a Pisces, you have worked through all, and then you reach the end of whatever that is.
Really?
Yeah, because Pisces is the last whatever.
That doesn't sound right.
I mean,
Capricorn is December, right?
I don't know how it splits up. I just know there's some lore out there that says Pisces is the last. But it doesn't matter because we're making up reality, right? So whatever.
I'm a Sagittarius, but on the cusp of a Scorpio.
I don't think it matters. You can call yourself whatever. I'm a boar. I'm a Leo. I'm a bunch of different things. And if you tell that to whoever, they will give you like, oh, then you must be this, 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 and this. And they've got roughly a 40% chance of getting you right because all humans share enough characteristics that it's fine. Jan is also a Capricorn.
Yeah,
huh?
January. Yeah, it goes into December
I thought you meant
into
Jan from The
January.
Office. Sorry.
No, Jan from The Office. I don't know. She's a bitch, so I don't know what she is. She's probably a what's
I'm a smoker. I'm a joker. He's a midnight toker, is Ryan Maxwell.
Oh, nice.
Are you Fuck. And his name
Geminis
fell
are
right out of my
usually pretty
head.
bitchy.
Are you Steve Miller?
Steve Miller Band?
Citation needed.
I don't remember what question I was going to ask on this card.
Good, you're a good host.
What?
That's why I'm David Ruprecht and you're Johnny Gilbert.
What group sang the music for the 1967 film The Happening? What group sang the music for the 1967 film The Happening?
Is it the Birds?
Negative.
Shit.
It is not the Monkees.
Ah. A lot of animals in the 60s.
Yes, it is.
The turtles, the birds, the
Also,
monkeys.
certain names for pizzas.
The animals. Is it the Supremes?
The Supremes is correct.
Is it really?
Yep.
Mark and the Funky Bunch. A little, about 30 years too early, but the Donkeys, classic 60s band.
The Supremes is the answer. Tony is on the board.
Finally.
Jeez.
Tony. Go me.
Go me.
The Meat Lovers? Meat Lovers original.
Who played Esther Smith in 1944's Meet Me in St. Louis?
Ryan?
Ryan probably knows the answer.
1944?
Meet Me in St. Louis. Judy Garland is the correct answer.
Hot damn.
How did I know you'd know that?
You didn't. I did, because I said Ryan. That's just Smith.
Starred as herself. Duh.
No, wait. I don't know why. Whatever. A to D, E, or F. But I don't know why that made me think of this. But there's a book out there. There was a journalist, I believe it was in the 30s when she did this, Nellie Bly. It wasn't her real name. I think her name was Nellie Brown, but she changed her name for whatever. 10 Days in a Madhouse is worth your time. Nellie Bly, a journalist, I think for the New York Times or some newspaper, gets herself committed to a insane asylum just to see what it is to write an article. And the ease in which she was deemed mentally unsuitable for public whatever is insane. She spent a single night making crazy faces in a mirror. She goes in and the judge, she goes, I don't remember my name and I think I'm crazy. And he goes, yep, Blackwell Island. And then it's cold baths in recycled water and rotten butter on unbaked bread.
Frankie and Johnny, says Ryan.
Frankie and Johnny. Please unpack that. I assume it's not Frankie Avalon.
American Horror Story homaged that in season 2.
Here's the lag. I don't know what you guys talking.
It's a song about Nellie Bly. Frankie and Johnny is a song about Nellie Bly.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then yes. I'm not familiar with American Horror Story, so I do apologize. But yeah, the 10 Days in the Madhouse is like, because it's nerve wracking. I have the audiobook, and it's like here in the present day, it's nerve wracking because she's like, I think I'm gonna try and sneak into a madhouse trying to be insane, and her editor is like, cool. If things get hairy, let me know, but I might not get it, so I'll come get you in 10 days.
Good.
And like, it's a harrowing experience, but whatever. It's up to you if you like that sort of shit. I love turn of the century, Lovecraftian, insane asylum stuff, and 10 Days in the Madhouse is something that cannot be beat.
Oh yeah, she could have easily been stuck there to keep the story from getting out. Hell yeah,
absolutely. But her editor, thankfully was on her side because after that 10 days, he did Springer. But I mean, like, who knows what was legitimately going on? Because I'm sure in the 30s, they would not, Nellie probably would not have documented any essays.
Right.
So it was basically just like how bad the food was and how bad the treatment was outside of that. But I mean, it's we can talk about it later if you want, but it's a crazy her novel 10 Days in the Madhouse, or whatever it was, book or whatever, it spurred a lot of changes in the American mental health whatever, which then Geraldo had to shake up with his New Jersey documentary. Because, like, he's just wondering, like, a bunch of whatever. We can talk about it another time. Doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, and I always bring up that documentary, Only God Knows Where I Am, from that lady who got kicked out of the hospital for schizophrenia. Mm-hmm. And she was just living in a house until she died, and in a neighborhood where people were living, and nobody knew she was there.
There's an answer to that. There's a documentary out there called The Right to Fail. And it follows people who are suffering from mental disease or defect, but have to be afforded the right to do what they want to do. Like, if a dude doesn't want to be in a group home, and can be placed here, there, or anywhere in between, and doesn't want to take their meds, and is just enough to stay off the radar of, like, law enforcement, should they be allowed to? The right to fail should be allowed, is the point of the thing. And I mostly agree, because if, you know, I wouldn't want my personal rights infringed upon as long as I wasn't more than a nuisance.
Yeah, and in the case of the documentary, I'm sure, I don't know why I keep thinking, I feel like the hospital that released this woman didn't let her family know they were releasing her. So instead of letting the family know, they released her on her own recognizance, and she didn't have the...
Well, yeah, there's always going to be... That's the thing. There's always going to be...
Right.
Human error and or negligence and or apathy that go, well, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I mean, by and large, those are going to be the most salacious, but I would hope that most of the people who are let loose aren't just because, like, someone's like, I don't care, not my problem.
Yeah, I mean, this poor lady used to be able to see the person's TV across the street.
Right. Sorry, Maxwell. I don't need to bring it down. But yeah, moral of the story is, shit's crazy, right?
Dongs. What film featured the song Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas?
It's Not a Wonderful Life, is it?
Negative. And I'm not sure if it's actually a Christmas movie or not, because I've never seen it before.
Was there more to that question, like a year answer or mentioned?
No.
Holiday Inn?
What film featured the song Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas? It is not either Holiday Inn nor...
There's got to be so many.
Former intern Julia got it right. Meet me in St.
Louis. I'll be damned. I mean, Ernest should have that on his resume, right?
Right? I mean, why not?
Ernest saved Christmas.
He did. He
was
did.
not on speed. How dare you, Maxwell? Do not speak ill of the dead. Two things I will not allow on this channel. Trash talk about Jim Varney or Macho Man Randy Savage. No matter what that means to my Facebook feed. Blackula, sure.
Who won the case of Kramer versus Kramer?
Kramer?
I need a name. Like,
Mr. Kramer.
More than Kramer. R.I.P.
Seriously, when I was on a roof, I was an electrician back when in the time when Macho Man Randy Savage died. I was on the fucking roof of a building, and I heard, like, Macho Man Randy Savage is dead, and I just looked off into the middle of this, and I was sad. Like, when I heard he had a heart attack and, like, he rolled his Jeep or whatever, however he died, I was just like, God damn, man. Macho Man, because I've been listening to his rap album for a decade.
I was sad hearing that Toby Keith died.
I couldn't believe that, but again, I don't watch.
He had stomach cancer.
Yeah, I don't follow Toby Keith, so why would I?
Last time I saw him on the TV, on wherever I saw him, he did not look great. He looked like how Patrick Swayze looked when he
before he like finished shooting the Beast. Yeah. Really? With Ryan Maxwell just framed one of Macho Man jackets. Fucking
David's had
badass.
David's had some man jobs. Who won the case of Kramer versus Kramer?
Dr. Kramer.
I don't know if this person was a doctor, but that was not...
Fraser Kramer.
No. It's a woman.
Lady Kramer, Mrs. Kramer.
No.
Deborah Kramer.
It's not Dustin
It's not
Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman.
Unless Dustin Hoffman's a lady, it is not Dustin Hoffman.
He played a lady in Tootsie. Or he played a guy playing a lady, not the baby. Good night, Tony. We're just about done here.
I am so hungry.
So where are we at? Cosmo Kramer?
No.
Meryl Streep?
No. Well, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
This is the character name. I don't know if this is a movie. Is this a movie?
It is a movie. Kramer versus Kramer is a movie.
Okay.
Kramer versus Predator, not a movie, but a skit.
Did Meryl Streep play Joanna Kramer? Because if she did,
I mean, let's just say it's true. Let's say it's
regardless, yes. Yes.
Joanna, there you go.
So Ryan wins. Ryan's going to be on the board. He's got 1,225 points.
What the fuck?
So he's going to
1,225?
He has 1,225 points.
Where do you get those 25?
Because you gave him 25 points for something.
Okay.
You have 400.
Nice.
Julia has 100.
Not nice.
Kramer Goes to Space is really when the series jumped the shark.
Yeah, you think? Anytime you go to space, you're fucked.
Fun fact, Dustin Hoffman turned down the role of Popeye to do Kramer versus Kramer.
Probably for the best, right? Like, when you think of Hoffman versus Williams, I would rather have Rob Williams playing Popeye. Dustin Hoffman, he can
Rob
be Hook
Williams
all he
played
wants.
Popeye?
Yeah, in the live action. And I'm Shelley Duvall. She played Olivia Benson. She played Olive Oil.
Olivia Benson.
Anywho, people, that's all we got for you. That's it. That is all of it. You saw the commercials. You got all the questions. We got our winner. It was
Ryan Maxwell.
So look forward to that. I think that name is already made, so it should be pretty fast.
Already made with a lot of stickers. I dropped the cards.
Probably. I'm looking at the names right now. There's a lot of stickers over there. Maniac, whatever. Well, as always, thank you guys for showing up. I hope you appreciated it. I'm going to try and find some commercials that aren't from Canada. I mean, it's funny to look back and all, but there's no nostalgia for Canadian commercials when I'm in America. Sorry, the United States. North America encompasses both the United States and Canada.
Hashtag Wollongate.
Drop your Wollongate bullshit. His shoe never fell off, and that's the last I will ever say about it. It's 100% true.
We should light the shoe next time. Next episode. Next show. Light the shoe.
If you light the shoe, that's admitting it fell off.
Yes.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.